Lawyers in New York were fined thousands of dollars because ChatGPT invented 6 court cases that never existed. And they cited them in a real filing. The AI didn't lie on purpose. It had no idea it was wrong. That's the terrifying part of hallucinations. The model is just as confident when it's right as when it's completely making things up. So, why does this happen? And more importantly, how do you stop it from reaching your users? Let's get the definition straight first. An AI hallucination is when a model produces output that's fluent, plausible, and completely false. It's not a bug in the code. It's a natural consequence of how these models work. A language model doesn't store facts in a database. It predicts the next most likely token based on patterns it learned during training. So when it doesn't know something, it doesn't say, I don't know. It predicts what an answer would probably look like. Here's the mental model that clicks for most engineers. Imagine auto-complete on your phone, but trained on the entire internet. When you type, the capital of Australia is, it confidently completes the sentence. But it's not retrieving a fact, it's pattern matching. If the patterns in training data are weak, sparse, or contradictory, the model fills the gap with whatever sounds right. That's why hallucinations spike on niche topics, recent events, and specific numbers the model never reliably saw. Let's make this concrete with real code. Here's a simple call to the OpenAI API asking about an obscure fact. Watch what happens when we ask about a fictional research paper that doesn't exist. The model doesn't refuse, it invents authors, a journal, and even a publication year. Every detail is fabricated, but it reads like a perfectly legitimate citation. This is the exact pattern that got those lawyers in trouble. Not all hallucinations are the same, and knowing the type helps you defend against it. First, factual hallucinations. Wrong facts stated confidently. Second, faithfulness hallucinations. The model contradicts the source you gave it, even in a summarization task. Third, reasoning hallucinations. Flawed logic that produces a wrong conclusion through valid-looking steps. Each one needs a different mitigation, which is exactly where we are heading next. Your very first lever is the temperature parameter. Temperature controls how much randomness goes into picking the next token. At high temperature, the model takes creative risks. Great for brainstorming, terrible for facts. For anything factual, drop it low. Here we set temperature to 0, so the model picks the most probable token every time. It won't eliminate hallucinations, but it stops the model from gambling on unlikely answers. Notice that system message in the last example. That's your second cheap defense. Explicitly giving the model permission to say I don't know dramatically reduces confident wrong answers. Models are trained to be helpful, so by default, they'd rather guess than admit ignorance. A clear instruction shifts that behavior. Think of it like telling a junior engineer, it's okay to ask for help instead of pretending they know. But prompts alone won't save you on real data. The single most effective fix is retrieval-augmented generation, or RAG. The idea is simple. Instead of asking the model to recall facts from its weights, you fetch the relevant facts from your own trusted documents and hand them to the model. Now the model's job is reading comprehension, not memory. Here's the data flow. A user query goes to a vector search. The top matching chunks come back, and those get injected into the prompt as context. Let's build the retrieval half in TypeScript. We embed the user's question, query a vector store for the closest document chunks, and return them. Notice we keep the source metadata with every chunk. We'll need it for citations later. This is the foundation of nearly every reliable AI product shipping today, from customer support bots to internal knowledge tools used at companies like Razorpay and Zoho. Now we wire retrieval into the generation step. We format the retrieved chunks, label each with its source, and pass them as context. The instruction is strict. Answer only from this context. If the answer isn't there, return not found. This single pattern eliminates the majority of factual hallucinations in production because the model can no longer fall back on its fuzzy memory. Free-form text is hard to validate. So for anything structured, force the model into a schema. Modern APIs support structured outputs that guarantee valid JSON matching a schema you define. This kills a whole class of hallucinations where the model invents fields or mangles formats. Here, we define a XORD schema and require the response to include a confidence field and the source it used. Now we can programmatically reject low confidence answers. Sometimes, you still need to catch hallucinations after generation. A powerful pattern is using a second model as a verifier, an LLM as a judge. You give it the source context and the generated answer and ask one question. Is every claim in this answer supported by the context? If the judge says no, you reject or retry. It's not perfect, but a fresh model with a narrow task catches mistakes the first one made. Let's see the full guardrail in action in the terminal. The pipeline retrieves context, generates an answer, then runs the verifier. When the answer is grounded, it passes. When the model strays from the source, the verifier flags it, and the response is blocked before it ever reaches the user. This is the difference between a demo and a production system. Even with all this, users need to trust the output. So always surface citations. When every claim links back to a source document, two things happen. Users can verify it themselves, and your team can audit failures. Tools like Perplexity built their entire reputation on this. The lesson for your own products. Never show an answer without showing where it came from. You can't improve what you don't measure. Build an eval set, a list of questions with known correct answers and known unanswerable ones. Then score how often your system hallucinates versus correctly says, I don't know. Frameworks like Ragas or deepeval automate this. Run it on every prompt change and model upgrade. A 2% regression in faithfulness is invisible in a demo but catastrophic at scale. Quick nuance: hallucination isn't always bad. If you're writing fiction, brainstorming product names, or generating creative variations, that making things up is the whole point. The skill is matching the temperature and the guardrails to the task. Factual lookup, lock it down. Creative work, let it roam. The mistake is using one configuration for everything. Let's pull it together into a checklist you can apply today. Set temperature low for facts. Give the model permission to say, I don't know. Ground answers with RAG. Force structured output with schema validation. Verify with a second model. Surface citations, and measure hallucination rates continuously. Stack these defenses. No single one is enough, but together they make a system you can actually trust in front of real users. Hallucinations aren't a sign that AI is broken. They're a predictable property of how these models work. And now, you know how to defend against them. You've got the prompt level fixes, the RAG grounding, and the verification layers to ship with confidence. Treat reliability as an engineering discipline, not a hope. That's how serious teams build AI products that hold up in the real world. So here are the 3 things to take away. 1. Hallucinations come from next token prediction, not from the AI being broken, so the model is equally confident, right or wrong. 2. RAG grounding plus a strict system prompt eliminates most factual hallucinations by turning recall into reading comprehension. 3. Stack defenses, structured output, a verifier model, citations, and continuous evals. Next up in the AI engineering playlist, We go deep on building a production rack pipeline from scratch with vector databases and chunking strategies. Watch that one next. If this cleared things up, hit subscribe and drop a comment with the strangest hallucination an AI has ever shown you.